Hello, and welcome to our vlog of our initial ideas of our Digipak. And so after researching loads of stuff to do with Digipaks, it was time for us to create our initial ideas of our own Digipak. And so we left it up to Nathan, because he is the best at designing things. So we left him to create 3 different ideas that we could use for our Digipak front cover. And then we voted. We're going to vote. We have voted now, as a group, to say which idea we think is best to go forward with. So we're just going to go through the 3 ideas in this vlog and say why we chose the specific one we did.
So after taking some suggestions and what people thought would be good ideas, I came up with 3 very rough designs. They're not amazing, but it does the job. So the first one, the idea behind it was the idea of graffiti on a brick wall, and how that can relate to the downfall, because obviously graffiti is seen as a what's the word for it? You know what I mean. You don't know what I mean, but it does make sense in my mind. It links to things to do with the end.
It links with the message of the song as well.
Yeah.
Because the real message of the song is to do with having your opinion on the world when no one else does.
Yeah.
And it's basically saying the last one alive is where you're the only one who seems to have that opinion anymore on the world view, because they're Christians, and that kind of links to the fact that graffiti, cause they're telling people what they believe and stuff.
Yep, that's exactly what I meant to say. Yeah, precisely. So, hopefully this will catch it on there. Can you see that? So there's the first idea. As you can see, you've got the brick wall and the logo. The actual logo itself isn't spray painted onto the wall directly. We're going to put like a bit of cardboard onto the wall and then spray paint around it, so you get the outline of it, because I thought that it would look more effective than just literally spray painting on, and it looks a bit more interesting. It's more appealing to the eyes, and it does look simplistic, but the idea of it being simple is actually the basis behind all 3 of the designs. Not only does it make it easier for us to do, for one, but it also for 2 reasons really. 3. It's easier to do. It's more eye-catching. It's more appealing to the eye. If it's literally just maybe one thing, it kind of
stands out, doesn't it?
It stands out. So it's similar to, I made a blog post a while back about my favourite album covers, and I used one was recently David Bowie's Black Star. And that was literally just a black star with fragments of stars below it. And there was another one, 4813 by Kasabian, which is just a pink square with 4813 and then the times of all tracks written on. And it just looks effective. It is against the cliche of really outstanding complicated ones. And to be honest, some of those look really good as well, because one of my ones was a Born of Osiris one, and although that is ridiculously complicated, it looks stunning, but the effect of a more simple cover really fit in with the kind of thing we were going for. So that was the idea behind the simplicity. This particular one, obviously, with the brick wall, you've got an obvious background then, and then the spray paint on it. The contrast between them look quite good. In terms of colours, because obviously this isn't coloured, we're thinking the brick wall we'd put into black and white. And then for the colour of the spray paint, we were thinking maybe red to symbolise blood, or black, or something like that along those lines. So
we'll talk about that more.
A darker colour. But we'll talk
later vlog.
Yeah, and if we end up, expect later. Second idea, similar aspects, is down here. So you've got the ground. I'm not sure, but all of these words might be backwards when I flip this, but if I've only just realised, if they are, then it says ground, pebbles, and then the logo. So basically, this will be pebbles and stones rearranged into the logo and then placed on the ground, which kind of in some way links to the original lyric video that came out with that Demon Hunter released. So not the actual music video, but the lyric video. So that can link to that, and it also links with obviously the whole earthy feel.
And it would look cool.
Yeah, it would look good. Yeah, they would link with the whole earthy feel of the overall narrative that we've got. So obviously there's muddy, it's dirty in fields, and so the whole pebbles on the dirty floor, which link in well with that, and similar to the one before with the brick wall, obviously linking to the house that the protagonist goes in. So that was the idea behind that, and then again the whole symbol thing. The third one's a little bit more complicated and doesn't really follow the same pattern in terms of the background, but it was just a concept I came up with. See that there. Basically, it's going to be a picture of me, or the protagonist, stood in the far background, and he's kind of like a shadowy figure. And then you got it'll be a low level picture, so you got the ground directly on the bottom, and the sky, and then me in the background, and the of course the logo photoshopped over the top of it. To be fair, it's not my favourite design out of the three, but it was an idea we had ages ago, and we thought we'd better give it a mock-up just to see what it looked like on paper, and my drawing pro doesn't do it justice. Okay, thank you. Sorry. It was just an idea we had a few months back. Yeah? Okie doke. Sorry about that. Just cut this out and rewind it. Okay. So it was an idea we had a while back. We thought it would be better to just put a mock-up of it on paper and see what it looks like. And like I said, it's not my favourite, but you know, it was an idea we had. So out of those three, when I showed the group, hopefully they're relatively alright with them. But one particular one definitely was the favourite. It was my favourite as well when I drew it. I preferred how it looked, and I liked the idea that we could really change what it is, because two of them, that's the idea and that's what it'll have to be, but with this one it kind of, we can mould around it, we can change different aspects. And so the one we eventually voted on was number 1, the graffiti one. So do you want to explain about why we chose it?
Yeah, okay. Basically, it really fitted in with their previous album covers, with the sort of very simple, very eye-catching design, and it links with the actual lyrics of the song. As I said previously, the lyrics of the song are to do with, them being the only people left with this worldview, and then so that them putting the graffiti of the Demon Hunter skull really sort of shows like the sort of the underground aspect of it. And again, it fits more with our target audience as well, because the target audience will be the younger generation from 16 to 25, so I've said in our previous post. And the sort of graffiti, sort of underground, grungy look, as I've said in my previous research, it just looks really effective in metal album covers, and it links with the genre of music as well. Because whereas sort of more cleaner, sort of white, minimalistic, I mean, it is fairly minimalistic to be fair, but I mean like more sort of white, simple, clean album covers would be more like classical and maybe pop, whereas this one, it shows more of an alternative edge with the graffiti and the spray paint, obviously, and also it gives us a lot of things to develop upon, whereas with the pebbles, you just have the pebbles and that's it. That's like the main thing. And although it's good, I like the idea. With the graffiti, it gives us a lot of areas to go with it, whether it be
Colours.
changing the colours, exactly, the colour schemes, because colour schemes are a huge point, about album covers, as I found in my other research, and the typography as well that we can use around it. We've had other ideas as well about what elements we can include in that, just to make it look a bit more effective, and to add another elements in that would make it even more eye-catching than what it would be, which obviously we'll talk about in a different vlog,
yes.
I imagine. So yeah, I mean there was lots of reasons. It just fitted off as the best idea for us. So yeah, that's why we chose the idea, and those are our 3 ideas that we picked. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in that next vlog.